on my computer.
Hey, afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? It's the Bearcat Sports Show. We are live from you on Tuesday. I know we normally do Mondays, but hey, things happen, so we had to switch it out. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. So how you doing, Lisa? How you doing?
I'm fine. As a lot of y'all noticed, my eye is red. I had to get surgery. My left eye. I
Yeah.
had to get surgery like last week. Last Tuesday, I got surgery.
Mhm.
Um, to get my eyes realigned, I guess
Yeah.
is what you could say. Then make them straighter.
Mhm.
So they're definitely straighter now. They're like my eyes aren't cross-eyed anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why my eye is red. But I'm taking meds for it right now. But
Mhm.
bear with me here. It's nothing too crazy, I hope. But we're
Nah,
here, we're kicking.
you
I'm
good.
doing good, I guess.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. It's not that big of a deal. So.
Yeah, it's not. It's not that big of a deal. It was actually way worse the first few days. It was way
Mhm.
worse than this. So considering it's been a week, it's where it needs to be. As the doctor said, it's where it needs to be. So
Right.
I'm not worried about it right now.
Hey, that's all right. It may take a little while, but what it's gonna do for you, that's
I know in the long run, the results are going to be so much better.
right.
Like I said, it was a lot worse than this. So
Hmm.
the fact that it's starting to go down a little bit is good. Because like I said, my right eye, it was red too, but it looks like it cleared up. So just waiting on my left eye to clear up.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, it's coming along.
It is. It's coming along. So we're here. I had to go to the doctor yesterday, so that's why we didn't record yesterday.
Yep. So, and we're recording a little early because instead of one
That's
central,
because Julius has things to do,
yeah, I
lives to
got something
do.
to do. So, and I'm sure a lot of y'all got stuff to do. It's
Yeah. So
Thanksgiving, so but we wanted to fit it in because that's
hmm
what we're supposed
for
to do.
sure, we have to talk about the game.
Man, yeah, the game. Ooh, man.
Another,
Oh,
another Maddie Berflus find a way to lose the game.
yeah.
Game. So
Yeah. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? In the comments, which I'll try to stay on top of them. If I miss your comment, I apologize. Uh, but yeah, man, that game. Wow. I don't even. Where did we start? Hmm.
where is there to start? I mean, it was like last week. Uh, Offense looked good finally for once
Mm-hmm.
the whole game, and we get a chance to win the game
Mm-hmm.
because Caleb makes some big time throws in the fourth quarter to help us tie the game.
Right.
We it's 17, not 17. I forget what the score was, but
It was.
anyway, we get it to the point where we're only down. We need a field goal to tie. So I think it
Mm-hmm.
was 24-27. We
Yeah.
try an onside kick, and Lord and behold, we got the onside kick.
Right. Crazy.
Caleb Williams throws a laser to DJ Moore over the middle. It was beautiful
Mm-hmm.
throw. Seam throw is beautiful.
Love it.
We
Yep.
spike it.
Mm-hmm.
Cairo Santos from 48 yards out gets it, but barely. Like if you watch the field goal and like you slow it
Yeah.
up, it was like by that much that he made it because it almost got blocked again, which we'll get to the other blocked field goal in a minute.
Yeah.
But it went in. We tie. We go to overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where the bad happens. We get the ball first because we won the toss.
Right. Yep.
We go out there on our own, I think 30, because we
Yeah.
fair caught it.
Yeah. Fair caught it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We go out there, 3 and out. Caleb takes a bad sack, which he's young,
Terrible
rookie
sack.
mistake, rookie mistake. I know he's probably killing himself over that because it was one of the
Terrible.
things that cost us the game in the end. You cannot take a bad sack. He took a bad sack. He'll learn and grow from that. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Um, and so we had to punt away. Um, Minnesota gets the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota starts driving, and for whatever reason, our defense that was only giving up 20 points per game was just letting Sam Darnold carve him up all game long. Like, I know everyone wants to talk about how good Caleb played. Sam Darnold didn't play bad either, though. Sam Darnold actually had a really good game. He was
Mm-hmm.
27 to 33 for 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like,
Yep.
Sam Darnold had a good game himself.
Yep.
That throw he had to TJ Hawkinson to get him at like the 10, that I knew that was game after that. Nobody was there. I was like, was that? Who was supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
guarding TJ Hawkinson? Whoever it was, they didn't do their
TJ
job.
Edwards, and he got his ass
Oh,
cooked.
TJ Edwards. Well, he didn't do his job. TJ Hawkinson was streaking wide open, and Sam
Mm-hmm.
Darnold made the correct play, threw it to TJ Hawkinson. They get all the way down there. They run a play just to get a little few inches closer. They take
Mm-hmm.
their timeout, or the Bears took a timeout. They send out the field goal unit. The unit kicks a 29-yarder, and that's the end of the game.
Easy. Yep.
I
Sure
mean,
did.
we lose another game in a typical Matt Eberflus Bears fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't surprise me the results of this game. Now, to the Bears' credit, they fought their way back in this game because it was 24-10
Yes,
and
it was.
into the fourth quarter. So credit to the guys for battling back, getting the stops necessary, and scoring the touchdowns necessary to even get
Mm-hmm.
us to overtime. That part I liked. The problem is, and I think that you and I disagree here, but it's fine. The special teams unit is just not good. Cairo Santos had another blocked field goal,
Mm-hmm.
which had he made that, we probably would have won the game. But anyway, that's neither here
Yeah.
nor there. Another blocked field goal. This one I think was from 46. I think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
46. Either Cairo needs to kick it higher, or like we need to be at least bringing in competition.
Well,
Like,
I think that they did something. So apparently they moved Darnell right in for Braxton. So
but he
Braxton,
wasn't the problem. The problem is Matt Pryor.
well, Braxton. So on the first one, they, I don't know how true it is because I didn't really watch it, but they said Braxton got pushed back, and that's how the dude got leverage, and so that's why they moved Darnell right over there. So I'm not sure how true
Because
that is,
I
but
mean,
that's
part of that is true. But on the second one, the one that almost
mm-hmm,
got blocked to tie the game,
mm-hmm.
that was Matt Pryor.
Oh, well, see, okay, so
So
and that's why I say I'm okay. I didn't. I'm not gonna say we disagree. I think our philosophy on it is different. Like, because what you're saying makes sense. Yes, Cairo does need he. It would be nice if he had a stronger leg, right? But I feel like we went through the kicking carousel for so long, and we finally got a guy that's even better than the guys that we had brought in. Does he need a stronger leg? Absolutely, but we need a lot more other things than we need a kicker right now.
and
So
that's
that's what I was
true.
saying.
And
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying?
I don't disagree there. I don't, but I also don't think it would hurt to bring in competition, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Because
I did.
I feel like if that can push Cairo to be the best version of himself, then I'm all for it, right? Because
Right.
the year we extended Cairo was also the year we brought in competition.
Hmm.
If anybody remembers correctly, that that training camp we brought in kicker competition, and Cairo had his best season. So
All right.
maybe you just kind of need that there. Not that
Hmm.
he loses his job or anything, but kind of have a kicking presence so that like
Right.
he's not slacking off. You get the
Hmm.
best version of Cairo that you can get, right?
Yeah,
Because we need that Cairo, right?
we do.
We're gonna need him to be consistent and to consistently get um that production from him that we're used to getting from him, right?
It's good though.
Um special teams, like the protection.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can't really. I mean, most of that's been the same protection for most of the year. That's another thing, right?
Right.
Like we weren't having problems at the beginning of the year.
Right. That's what I was saying, Steve. That's she was just saying for the long kicks, it would be nice to have somebody with a stronger leg.
Yeah, I'm not saying, and like I said, I'm not saying we should just outright replace Cairo, but I am saying his best season came when we did bring in competition during
Yeah.
training camp. That's all I'm saying. Um, but what I am saying is like that protection, right? Has
Mm-hmm.
pretty much been the same protection all season.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
Like that's been and we weren't having issues, right? I mean, we did have the block kick in what Jacksonville,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Jacksonville, I think.
that but up to that point, like all those games before Jacksonville, we weren't having problems, were we?
Not really. No. He
That's
was
what I'm
fine.
saying.
It
So
was fine.
you know, yes, I'm not saying that it's all Cairo, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we can't also act like that all of a sudden it's like the protection is just terrible when that's been the protection pretty much the whole season.
I think with injuries to the offensive linemen that we've had, that's changed up the protection or the guys that's been out there. So that's why you're starting to see little issues here and there because it's not the same guys that kind of like started the season. It's like you got Braxton out there getting manhandled like always. You know what I'm saying? Or like he like it's like everybody just knows hey, if I just bull rush this dude, he can't handle it,
Right.
which is crazy.
And I
Because
think
any
that and credit to Green Bay and Minnesota, right? I think
Mhm.
that's what one of the things they looked for on tape was like, oh, if I just push Braxton back, I'm
Mhm.
gonna be able to get leverage and I can be able to put my hand up and
Right.
kind of get a fingertip on it if I can.
And that's why you seen on the second kick with Cairo is Darnell Wright was there, and like you said, it was Matt Pryor that almost got ran over.
Yeah, and it was
You see
Matt
him?
Pryor that time that got pushed back. So
Right.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
Hmm.
I think the protection needs to be better. Absolutely, not disagreeing there. But I think now that teams have scouted that and have figured that out, that's on Richard Hightower to figure out a way
Yeah.
to get that unit back to where it was from the beginning of the season. Right?
Oh, I guarantee he been on ripping people apart.
Yeah, and
His
he
face,
should, and he should.
that man looked disgusted on TV. He looked like he wanted to just walk down and body slam everybody that was on the field goal unit when that happened. I said, yeah,
And I do
crazy.
I do also think some of this is also on and I'm one of those nerds, so like I go into the integral details. Scott
Mhm.
Daly's not that good of a snapper,
Mm,
or it's Tory Taylor is not being that good of a holder either.
I
Because
was gonna say,
some of those snaps be high, and then sometimes Tory doesn't have it set down right when Cairo's about to let the ball off his foot.
I was gonna say the same thing. Do you think Patrick Scales not being in there has hurt them a little bit?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I agree.
I do.
I agree.
I think that is also part of it because, and it's
That's a good
actually
idea,
funny
Steve.
because this is freaking a long snapper, but obviously, yeah, that could be a solution. Obviously, long snapping isn't like I barely know anything about it, but since we've been having issues, I've kind of learned more about it because I don't really have a choice now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with Patrick Scales, we again weren't having issues, right? I think some of that is Scott Daly. Um Tory Taylor, it's been fine. Some of his holds have been kind of off too though.
Yeah.
Um so I think overall it's everybody.
Hmm.
I can't point to one specific person because it seems like every block snap is something different.
Yeah.
Or I mean block field goal is somebody different.
Mhm.
Like last week it was the snap was a little low,
Yeah.
and so by the time Tory adjusted, the kick would have been good had the dude not been over his back, but had the snap been a little bit crisper, I don't think it would have gotten blocked. And
Right,
then
right.
this week it was Braxton Jones just getting pushed back,
He got
and
pushed back.
then Matt Pryor. So I think it's a combination of everything, and I think if Richard Hightower can get him back on track, they'll be fine. But I think missing Patrick Scales does play a part in this
Yeah.
as well.
It just it sucks that Braxton, that's his weakness, is
Yeah,
bull rush,
yeah.
because when that man gets out of them edges, when he out there
Right,
in
when he's
front,
out in space, he's a mauler. Like he'll
that
just
man,
push the dude, and the dude's falling and tumbling over all
yo,
over the field. But like you
did you
bull rush
see
him, and it's just like, dag, like
that? I saw Harrison Smith make a business decision. That
man, for
man
real.
said, he took a step back
Right?
before
He
he
said
even
no
thought.
thanks. He said I'm good.
It was funny that nobody. I was surprised nobody else said. And I was like, "Did y'all?" I know I didn't.
Yeah,
Because when it first
no.
happened, I said Harrison Smith. He gave up. He like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
not. I
said
don't
no.
want no part.
He
And then
said
they
I ain't
showed
gonna
it.
be that victim like last week.
That man took a step back before he
He
stepped
said
forward, and then he's like, "Yeah, nah, no thanks."
he
And
said let
Braxton
me
just,
duck to the left.
yo,
He
I
said
said,
nah, dog. Now,
mm-mm.
also, I want to bring this up. No more Darnell Wright respect or disrespect will be allowed.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
saw what that man did this week. 58 pass blocking snaps, 0 pressures allowed. Get off Darnell Wright's head. I've been
he he
seeing some of
he
y'all
healthy
on
again.
Darnell Wright hard, bro. Stop it.
But here's the thing about Darnell Wright: when he's not healthy, that's when you see him kind of like
Exactly.
slack a little bit. Like, but when he's healthy,
But when he's healthy, bro,
this
he's
man
a
don't give up
stone.
nothing. He gives
Right.
up
He a
nothing.
stonewall, bro. Like I feel like people don't take that into consideration. Like we said, the offensive line's been playing hurt. Like
Yeah.
there's been injuries up and down the line all season long, right?
Hmm.
Like Darnell Wright, kudos to him. He'll play through it, right?
Yeah. We'll get to
Um,
that in a minute.
yeah. He'll play through it. Darnell Wright will play through injury.
Hmm.
And to his credit, good for him. But you can tell when he's injured. You can tell because he doesn't play like Darnell Wright. When he's healthy though, shoot, bro, like he's Darnell Wright. It's
That
crazy.
man,
Like
he's
that
strong.
dude was stoning people Sunday. Like stonewalling people. It was great. It was beautiful. I loved seeing it. I love Darnell Wright. I think he's great.
Darnell Wright is really good, man. Like,
Yeah, he is. I
I
love
don't
him.
think you take it for granted. And then so when he's hurt, like you just said, he's not playing to the level that you're normally used to him. So you're like, oh, he's. But if you think about it, he's elite when he's not hurt, but then he's good when he's hurt.
Right.
So
Because
it's
it's not
like,
like he was playing that. I mean, he wasn't playing that terrible to me. Yeah, he was giving up some pressures and sacks, but for the most part, he wasn't playing that bad. Like,
I
if you
mean,
really break it down and really look at it, if anything, he's been the most consistent out of anyone on our line this year, to be
even
honest.
even the greatest tackles of all time gave up sacks. So it's not
Right.
like
That's what I'm
don't.
saying. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna have some bad games. I'm not saying he won't, but he's been good otherwise. Like he's been really good for us otherwise. Like I'm not that's why I was not worried about Darnell Wright at all. And Sunday he just proved everything I already knew. Like, dude's a dog. He's a monster.
He is. He is. So yeah, we'll get to this question or this comment that Zay had real quick. Cause
He's he said he challenged a 69-yard Addison catch because it was an explosive play.
so he's talking about our favorite friend, our favorite coach in the world.
Anyway, he challenges anything that he thinks. You know what? He's not good at challenges. Actually, I was reading a stat on X. I think it was, I forget who it was. It was one of the beat writers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about how out of his past 5 challenges, none of them have been successful except one.
Mm-hmm. So he 1 for 5.
He won for 4, or yeah,
What?
1 for 4 or
One,
something like that.
yeah, 1 out of 5. Because if he did 5, he only won one of them joints.
Yeah,
So yeah, he one
he
out of
won out
5.
of 5
Terrible,
challenges. It's
garbage.
just terrible. Like, dude, like, like, and then his clock management isn't good either. Now, to be fair, right? Um, that Addison play. Now, I couldn't I couldn't really tell, but apparently you could see his foot out of bounds a little bit. Now, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you changed the spot of the ball, but it still would have been a first down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, if it was going to be a first down anyway, that just kind of defeats the purpose anyway. they probably
Right, yeah.
still would have scored anyway. So it's like it's just a play for me that I'm like, at the end of the day, if you don't get beat on that play doesn't even happen anyway. Now does it?
Mm-mm.
Too
Nope.
busy trying to stop Justin Jefferson. And I mean, I guess congratulations, you held him to 27 yards, but you let Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson drop over 100 on your head.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
Aaron Jones was running all over you too. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, great, you shut down Justin Jefferson, but everybody else ate too. So, what's that even mean? That kind of defeated the whole purpose.
Yeah, and I saw somebody was saying that on Twitter was like, okay, either you could have let Justin Jefferson get off and just shut everybody else down, or you do what you did and you see the result. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because it's
Like,
like
because to be honest, let's say hypothetically, let's say we let Justin Jefferson have the game of his life. If we win that game, I ain't gonna be mad, right?
nobody's gonna be mad.
Nobody's gonna be mad because we won, and I don't care if Justin Jefferson had put up 200 yards.
I
But
mean,
because
I'm sorry, go ahead.
but because we lost and gave up over 200 yards anyway to two different guys, which actually I think they said they gave up like 460 some yards on offense.
Crazy.
Because we did that anyway, I just felt like it didn't even matter. And besides, Justin Jefferson made probably the most important play of the game anyway during overtime when it
Yep.
was like third and 16 or whatever, 18 or
Mm-hmm.
whatever for them.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he caught it right at the sticks.
Yep. Broke a tackle, got some more yards.
Yeah, it broke the tackle and got more yards. So, I mean, he didn't need that big of a game because he made the most important play of the game.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And that's the thing. It's like you did shut him down, like for real. He didn't do nothing. He made that one play. Obviously, it was important because it was third and
right.
13, I think. But for the totality, yeah, he didn't do nothing. Like
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson had them clamps on him. Like it's over with. Like he was a non-factor.
Yeah,
And,
literally.
but
Non-factor.
but the same thing, if you remember, is they let Jordan Addison get off again. And it's
Yes,
like,
they
bro,
did.
why do y'all have problems? Like, okay, we get it. Jalen Johnson is gonna, for some reason, he's like Tillman when he guarded Randy Moss. It's like, yeah, you might get a couple, but you ain't getting a lot. Like, it's gonna be good luck. But it's like we can't stop the other guys. It's like TJ Hawkinson has it's like this dude turns to Travis Kelce every time he plays us. It's like,
I mean, for
can we
real.
stop this man?
I'll be like, dude, like, I'm like, anybody going to just guard TJ Hawkinson? Like that play at the end where they just leave him streaking wide open. I don't understand.
Like, I don't understand. So why I'm not? I know T.J. Edwards is a good linebacker, right? I think he's regressed this year because I was looking at his numbers. He ain't putting up great numbers, so he's regressed in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Why do we continue to put him on T.J. Hawkinson? Why don't you put Tremaine? He is bullying that man. He bullied Edwards. All the games that we played, he has bullied him on all of them. And he has had big gains in, I think, 3 out of the 4 games or something like that. So it's like, why don't you put Tremaine on him? I know Tremaine's in the middle.
At that. Like, Tremaine's a big body at that.
Exactly.
Like,
he's running these inseam routes. And it's like, why? TJ is a step. Did you see that? I'm trying to remember what play. Maybe it was the fourth quarter overtime. It was like TJ looked like he was stuck in mud, man. Like Hawkinson didn't really move, and this man was just stuck. I'm like, bro, are you serious? Even if he went inside, you were stuck. Like he was flat footed. I'm like, come on, man. Like you got to take this dude off of TJ. He knows he's lunch. Hawkinson probably like, I'm finna kill him this game. They keep putting that dude,
bro, and the man cooked, bro. And then you see Aaron Jones where he got asked about beating up on the Bears again. That man's smirk had me mad, bro. I was like, bro, and y'all let this man of all people cook too, and he's smirking about it, bro.
Yeah,
like I was dead.
I'm with you.
I was like, bro, that's crazy.
I'm so tired of that weak ass zone. I be want to throw my remote at the TV. I'm so tired of that soft ass bullshit zone, man.
Bro, and your point
Keep my lane
about
sharp.
TJ Edwards regressing, I think this whole defense has regressed. If we be real,
Mm.
it's like after Billings got hurt, they kind of just waved the right flag. They said, "You know what? We Billings is hurt. We're done. All right." Like,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't. Yeah,
I don't know, but
I'm glad. This is a good question.
bro, I'm sick of the soft zone myself. I just don't get it. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
I don't know why he. I don't know what Flus, why he thinks that shit works. But I don't know why he curses so much. But that stuff keeps working. But yeah,
Hey,
this. I'm
hey,
glad you brought this up, man.
I'm not. To be fair though, the screens worked Sunday, so I ain't gonna complain about them.
Well, it worked to a point, but it brought up another thing in my mind. Right? It works, but why is Keenan Allen always the guy we go to on third down? Can somebody explain that to me?
He like Keenan Allen.
I don't give a damn. If I know he's going to him on third down, don't you think the other teams know this?
Yeah.
I'm just a dude on.
I
I'm
mean,
just a dude on the
I
podcast.
think that's why that when they went for it on I think that 4th and 4 play,
Yeah.
you saw how Minnesota diagnosed that quick. They already knew. They said, "Oh, it's gonna be a quick out to Keenan Allen." Bam! They was right there to
My
blow that
man,
stuff
my
up.
man jumped in the air,
Yep.
which made Caleb have to change the angle of his
Yep.
throw. Keenan wasn't there yet, so come on, dog. If I can see this stuff, why can y'all not see this? I don't. And I'm not saying Keenan is not good on third down. I understand that, but every third down we go to him, 99% of the third downs is Keenan Allen. Come on,
Hey,
bro. What are we
Keenan Allen
doing?
said he needs his numbers. Don't hate.
But I mean, if DJ, okay, so here's the thing, right? So that same play, if I'm wrong, I mean, I have to go back and look at it. We can look at it. That play we just talked about was the same play they ran last week against Green Bay that didn't work, right? Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Because DJ was streaking up the sideline.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So why don't you just pump fake it? Because DJ was open. He was open the other time. The safety wasn't even really guarding him.
Yeah, that's
He was
true. That's true.
in both times. Neither safety was guarding DJ. They was like, yeah, we know it's going to Keelan. So they knew. So why don't you just? If I can see that, Caleb should have been like, oh, the safety think he's slick. I'm throwing this over the top.
All right, I'm throwing this over the top to DJ.
Because
Yeah.
DJ was wide open. I'll tell y'all. If y'all think I'm lying, go back and watch this.
That's something Caleb's got to learn though. You got to learn that as a player, and I'm sure he'll learn from that.
No, you're right, Zay. He was open. I'm saying Keenan is open. I'm just saying go to somebody else. They know you're going to Keenan. They
right.
Stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Basically saying don't be as predictable, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not too worried about that. Caleb will grow from that. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. What I am worried about. Actually, you know what? It's funny because the Bears have a game Thursday. They play in 2 days. They got to play Gobble Gobble Day.
First game. Good gracious.
It's actually kind of funny because Detroit is the better team, right? Mm-hmm. But they're 0-7 on Thanksgiving in the past, 7 games they've played, or 8 or whatever.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And they're pretty beat up. So, hypothetically, if this is a game the Bears could win or need to win, I could see it being this game coming up here in 2 days.
No, that's true.
If is it gonna happen? I don't know. I won't go that far, but I do think if they do win this game, it wouldn't surprise me.
I think you make a good point because Detroit been rolling the last 6-7 games.
It's funny because I actually didn't get the Bears game on Sunday. I ended up getting Detroit in Indy and then somebody else, but it wasn't the Bears because they played on Fox too. So, the Chiefs and Panthers. So it's funny because Detroit's way better than Indy, but only scored 24 points. They literally were going through the motions on Sunday. I think part of that was because they knew they were playing Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
But they didn't play their best. They had Indiana actually done their job and receivers weren't dropping passes and things like that, Indy
Right.
probably would have won that game.
Because
Real tough.
the box score make it look like Anthony
Like the box
Richardson.
score made it look worse than it was. But if you
Okay.
actually watched the game, Indy was in it pretty much the whole time. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like right now, if there was a game the Bears take
It'd be this
out
one.
of the rest of their schedule, I could see it being this one. Don't
Yeah.
know if it happens, but also if it does happen, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think if we were gonna beat San Francisco, it had to be this week. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is
Purdy will probably be back now.
And plus San Francisco they usually have a lull in the season, and they didn't have their lull, so they finna get back on the road.
Right, they about to go back right on next,
especially after they all feel embarrassed.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
They lost to Green Bay in embarrassing fashion. They said, "Oh yeah, no more funny business." And now they're not even first in their division. It's the Seahawks, I think.
The next 3 opponents for the 49ers better watch out. Just tell you that right now. And the Bears.
We're one of them, ain't we? Yeah, we are actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, better watch out because
they gonna
try to destroy somebody
after Detroit.
Huh?
We got San Fran after Detroit.
Yeah, we go to San Francisco after Detroit.
So we have Detroit Thursday, and then the 10-day bye, mini bye or whatever, the 10-day break. Then we go to Santa Clara. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and then
they gonna be bro.
And I think we're home for Seattle after that, and then
Seattle's week 17. So
week 17. Okay, yeah.
So we got
or the Detroit
after the Niners. I think it's
Detroit?
Detroit. It's Detroit in Soldier Field. I'm about to look. I think it's Detroit at Soldier Field after that. So yeah, it's the Monday night game against Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
So we have a couple. Ooh, okay. It gets interesting. So we have Detroit Thursday, obviously. That's gonna be the gobble gobble game. Then we got the Niners on the 8th.
And then the Vikings on Monday night
in Santa Clara, and then we got Monday Night Football against Minnesota. Then back home for Detroit, and then we got Seattle that Thursday. And then we finish the season at Lambeau. Lambeau. I hate them every time we play Green Bay. We play them at Lambeau last. Why can't we play them at Lambeau first?
I agree.
Like I don't get that. I hate that. Let
their ass come here.
Right. Let them come to us at the end of the year.
I agree with that.
Like I hate that and when they do play us first, right? Like when they come to us, like when we go to them first, right? It's usually at the beginning of the year. So if we do go to them go to them first. Yeah, if we go to Lambeau first, it's usually at the beginning of the year when it's not cold. I'd be like, bro, or actually when they come to us, it's not that cold. I'd be like, bro, they petty, bro. They petty. Make them come to us.
I think it's every 2 years, because it will be 2 years in a row we went to Green Bay, so it should flip flop next year, but we'll see.
It should, but I wouldn't count on the committee to get that right. Promise you, I wouldn't.
It should flip flop, but
it should flip flop every year, but it doesn't.
I'm in agreement with you. If we win a game, Detroit is probably the closest we'll get.
If there's a game that I think we shouldn't win, but we do, it would be Detroit Thursday.
And the only reason I'm saying it, or the reason I'm saying it, is because Detroit's been rolling. So everybody, you can't play. You can't just go 100. You know what I'm saying? You can't be dominating the whole year.
That's what I said. Like they took their foot off the gas on Sunday. That's why I'm like, Detroit's at this part where they're starting to skate a little bit.
Right. So they may be due for a letdown. It's just like the Bears. Like I knew, the defense started out hot, and I'm like, well, I knew it was due for a letdown. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna play like this whole season. They're gonna have a letdown, and they did. They had a letdown.
And you always have a team that plateaus, right? Like you look at it, right? And that's the thing. Divisional games are funny, right?
Yep.
Because you look at someone like the Browns, 3 of their wins, 2 of them came against the Ravens and the Steelers, bro. Come on. We know who
Mm-hmm.
the better teams are.
Yep. And
But the Ravens are better than the Browns, but the Ravens lost to the Browns.
to be fair to the Browns, it's not like they getting their ass kicked every week.
Right. They're just not a good team, right?
They just haven't had good luck, man.
Right. They haven't had
But
good luck.
so
But
they
like
are. You ain't just going in there beating Cleveland.
right. I mean, think
Not
about
happening.
it. Sunday, Tennessee beat Houston on Sunday.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
And we know who the better team is. Like that division games are weird. Like that's why it's quote unquote bad. I don't even think they're bad, but the record says they're bad, so we'll put bad in quotation marks. As bad as the Bears are, they've been in every division game so far this season.
So far, yeah. I mean, look at it. Dallas has played like garbage for what, a month now?
Yep, and beat Washington Sunday.
A division game.
A division game. Like division games are just different. Like they hit different. Like I don't know what it is, but it's like that. I feel like teams wake up for division games. Like the vibes are just different.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. And
So,
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad I just brought up Washington because that gonna make me.
Yeah, Washington lost to Dallas. That game was actually insane, though.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels turned it on in the fourth quarter. If y'all didn't see it.
Bro, that's how he beat me, bro. And I had to play Stroud this week because Burrow had a bye. I was so heated, bro.
I had Josh Allen. He had a bye.
Bro, like, oh, man, bro. I'm really about to drop CJ. Keep playing with me, bro.
But, yeah, I didn't. Trust me. I was watching it. I'm like, I guess it's going to be another week. Jay, no points. And then next thing I know,
bro, he popped off for. I was heated, and then this man has Saquon. I didn't know he had Saquon. I said, "Oh no, bro, I'm dead now."
They showed that. They went to watch the game and show what happened. I said, "Oh," and I went and checked. I said, "Oh, Jaden went off." I said, "Oh, thank you." I
texted this man. I was like, "You have Saquon?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, bro, I had him too."
Look, I got Saquon, Josh Jacobs, and A-Chain.
Bro, I had him. I was this close, and then Saquon decides to pop off on Sunday night. I was heated, bro. I was so heated.
Oh, but how many did Bucky Irvin get last week? He said he had.
I don't know. Bucky Irvin had a nice game from what I heard, though.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. He said he had Bucky Irvin in and Jonathan Taylor.
Bro,
but he didn't have Bucky Irvin in and Jonathan Taylor got him 3.
I'm heated because Bijan also had a bye, so I couldn't play him. I had to play Kenneth. Bro, I'm so mad. I literally had to play CJ, bro, and I knew he was gonna lay a goose egg for me, bro. I'm so mad when I say that.
So while we talk about it, and I'll go back to what I was gonna say about the Commanders, but Saquon is that man. He's a dog. Amazing,
he different,
bro.
My God, bro.
This is what I like. See, Saquon went to a team that allows him to not have to be the best player on the field, but he is the best player on the field.
Oh, for sure. It's not even close.
He don't have to do everything like he had to do with the Giants. So I know, Giants fans like he didn't do this he couldn't. He was on the offense you had.
Yep.
Yeah. That's like, okay, it's kind of like with the Lions, right? When they had Barry Sanders. Yeah, people are like, oh, he's running. He had a negative 1 yard game. The whole team knew he was running the ball.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, the Bears could have got him, but we ain't gonna go there. We'll go there later on. Like we'll talk about that another day because he's disgusting. But Saquon is the real deal.
Saquon's a dog. So is Derrick Henry though. Derrick Henry had a good game yesterday.
I'm glad their running backs are finally starting to get some love again because we've been disrespecting them for the last 4 or 5 years.
I mean, for real. J.K. Dobbins got hurt though, so that's not good for the Chargers.
But he was cooking before he got hurt. Like I'm glad running backs are finally starting to come back to the fold, man. Because it's like
it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful.
Like it's all about passing game. Like man, look at it. You need a good running back.
Hey, when you got Lamar Jackson, it don't matter what you do. Run, pass, that man finna cook. Like, okay, Lamar. I didn't know Lamar played that well on Monday night. When they was reading off the stats about him during Monday night football games, I said, dang. I'm like, just stick the man on Mondays.
So who you think is who do you have as your top 3 MVP then?
Lamar, Josh Allen, Jared Goff
Okay.
for
And
quarterbacks.
Saquon in it. Well,
For
I'm talking about
quarterbacks.
so top 3 overall. Who you got top
Overall,
3? Yeah.
Lamar, Jared Goff, and probably Saquon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's like it's man. You can go, man. Yeah. I don't know if Lamar keeps playing good, he might get his third. Man.
right. Comeback player of the year is going to be weird this year because they changed the rules. So I guess you give it to Joe Burrow. I guess.
I guess. Yeah. I
It
guess.
personally, I think the rule that they made it is stupid. I would give it to Sam Darnold, but he
Yeah.
technically doesn't qualify. So
What about J.K. Dobbins? Won't he qualify?
yeah, he does.
Okay.
Did he come back from injury?
I thought he did. I thought he got injured
Yes. So
last
then
year.
yes, he qualifies. Him too. J.K. Dobbins is a good candidate.
Yeah.
Was Saquon
I
hurt
don't know.
last year?
He was.
So Saquon probably.
He played, but he was hurt a lot of the season. So
I think
I don't
he
know.
fits it. Darnold technically doesn't because he's not coming back from injury. Like I guess they changed it where you have to like come back from injury or something very 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 significant because they got tired of giving it to people like Geno and Joe Flacco just because they came off their couch and dominated.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That
I
is
mean,
fair. That's
it
fair.
makes sense, but still though, I mean, who else would you have given it to though?
In those years, probably nobody else.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Is like,
But the rule fits for this year because there's a lot of guys
yeah,
that
there are.
rightfully deserve it. So
Yeah.
I'm,
So
I'm glad.
I could see it going to someone like that this year. Rookie of the year, Bo Nix is coming for Jaden Daniels. That's all I can say. Jaden Daniels better watch out because Bo Nix is right there
Oh, this
breathing down his
that
neck.
man,
Bo
man,
Nix is
what?
balling. Okay, it
Here's
wouldn't
the
shock me if Bo Nix ends up winning it. Like he's
yeah.
balling, bro.
Bo is balling. He's balling right now. It
Bo,
was funny, man, because I was watching because I remember I had just happened to hop on Twitter and people was like, "Man, Terry ain't even getting the ball." And then next thing you know, this man went off in the fourth quarter. I said, "Well, so much for Terry not getting the ball."
bro,
So
Terry had an 86-yard touchdown, bro. I was asleep.
disgusting. That man.
I was asleep, bro. I fell back in my chair. I said, "What?"
No, Bo definitely caught all of us off.
Bo Nix, bro. Like that man's on a heater right now.
Yeah.
And the Broncos, we laughing, but the Broncos, if the season ended today, the Broncos are the playoffs. So
Crazy.
like
Crazy.
crazy, bro. Like crazy right now. Coach of the year, that's interesting for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That'll be probably Kevin O'Connell. The way he got the Vikings right now, where he got the Vikings right now, what he's done with Sam Darnold, I'll go him.
Nah,
Maybe
I'm gonna give it to Dan Campbell. I'm sorry.
Dan Campbell, yeah. Um,
That's what I'm going.
I don't know. I don't know. Probably Mike Tomlin too. Although, actually, the funny story, bro. They thought Mike Tomlin was gonna have a losing season again. When are they gonna stop doing that to that man?
Yo, I can't believe that girl had the video talking about fire Mike Tomlin. Are you stupid?
Bro, I saw that video. You saw my quote tweet I put. I said, please fire him. Please do. I dare y'all to do it.
Why?
I dare y'all to do it.
That's
Do
when
it.
you.
Please do it. I want them to do it.
That's when you spoiled, man. For real.
Steelers fans don't know how good they have it. I tell you that. They don't.
You've had 3 coaches.
In like 60 years, bro.
3.
3 coaches. Like
what do you have? They have 6 Super Bowls.
6 Super Bowls. Yeah.
We got 1.
Bro, they predicted this man to be dog water. I'm like, bro, this man is top of the division over the Ravens, mind you. Over the Bengals, who people swore up and down were going to be better.
Yep.
And the Browns. I saw people talking about the Browns big tough. And let's be real, the Browns are the Browns. Yeah. The Brownies, as I call them. They're Brownies.
That was a good game, though. I ain't going to lie. That game was good.
The Snow Globe game? Yeah, that game was awesome. That game was awesome. I would love to play in the snow, bro. Like,
right now. Yeah.
Snow, like, no sleeves on, just out there mugging, sliding in the snow. Give it to me.
I saw somebody. I saw a tweet. Somebody's like they would rather have Caleb in a losing season than Russell and Justin in a winning season because neither one of them go to Super Bowl. Wrong. If
Wrong.
Pittsburgh
They
keeps
might
playing,
the way
they
they
can go to Super
playing.
Bowl.
The way
I don't
they
know.
playing,
I don't
they'll
know
be
what team.
closer than we'll ever be right now.
I don't know what
Okay.
team you watching, but you don't think Pittsburgh will have a
While they're
chance to
while
beat
they're
them?
playing in the playoffs, we finna be sitting our behinds on the couch, watching other teams at work.
Let
That's
me
what
tell you
we'll be
something.
doing.
Their defense is real.
Their
Believe
defense is
that.
legit,
They got a
elite.
they got a real head coach. They got
Okay, T.J.
they got
Watt.
a, they got a two-headed monster at quarterback. If George Pickens ever matures somehow during the season,
George Pickens
they
needs
can
to
be
stop
tough.
fighting people, bro. Did you see the clip that the Thursday Night Crew showed? That man was out there tackling whoever that
Yeah,
corner was. That was crazy.
this is see, and me and Elise talked about this during before the trade deadline. If they'd have got Devontae Adams, it'd have been tough to beat them because that I said George Pickens has no one receiver talent because he does. We all
He
know
does.
this.
He's just a nutcase.
He's a nutcase.
He's just a nutcase.
He plays like the number 3 guy.
Like he actually has good numbers this year. He's just a nutcase. That's all. Like he's a nutcase.
He plays like a diva, man. Yeah.
Like the best way I could describe, he's basically like Antonio Brown light. That's basically what he is. Like
Yeah.
he's a really good.
Yeah.
He has really good talent, but he's crazy in the head. Like
Yeah, he is.
he's crazy. He
Sick
taught
in
you
the head.
about the weather affected us. Cleveland's not that good. I'm like, yeah, Cleveland's not that good, but they had to play in the snow too, bro. Like,
Had
how
nothing to
about
do.
you freaking stop half-assing routes and actually run
Make
a
a
route?
play.
How about do that and
Make a play.
stop fighting people in the end zone while a Hail Mary play is going on? How about you do that? Okay, like
That
dude,
man only plays throw the ball up to him so he can 50-50. That's
bro.
it. The man does
The
nothing
crazy
else.
thing was during the Hail Mary, he was too busy fighting to be paying attention for the Hail Mary.
Sad.
He was in the end zone fighting. Russ throws the ball. He's not paying any attention.
Yeah. And
That's it.
so if anybody was wondering why Pittsburgh was so aggressive trying to get Brandon Ayuk or Devontae Adams or anybody that's worth a damn, that's why. He
That's
showed
why.
y'all on Thursday night why they wanted no one.
George Pickens, as good as he is, sometimes he just don't care. That man will not be cared. He'll be out there just to be out there. I don't know.
It doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. He's gonna. Yeah, he has games where he'll show up. You be like, "Yeah, George," but then there's games you like, "What the?"
There's games where he's just there, and you're like, "Dude, you want to move or something? Like you want to run or something?" Like
so it's frustrating with him, and so that's why I don't like. So I think that's the one thing that I don't like out of Pittsburgh is because yes, is Kenny Pickett good? We don't know.
Kenny's decent. I feel like here's the thing, right? I feel like that whole thing with Kenny Pickett and everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kenny was decent. Their OC was a nutcase too. He was terrible. Matt Canada was just
terrible, garbage.
Okay, but also like besides George Pickens and Pat Fryermuth last year, who did they have?
Nobody.
That you could rely on.
Nobody.
And George is a halftime player. They're like a half. He's in or he's out. 1 week he'll be on, and Kenny Pickett and him would have like monster numbers, and then the next week he's just half-assing it, and he's like, I don't care this week.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like so you can't. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying Kenny.
Like I'm not.
They definitely got better. I'm not saying Kenny is better than the 2 they got now. I'm just saying we need to start holding George Pickens more accountable.
Exactly.
This man is you supposed to be the guy. You supposed to be the man, and you are a crybaby.
Like
and immature as hell, and it's annoying as fuck.
Like he would, bro. And when they made the switch to Mason, it was the same thing, right?
Exactly.
Like, bro, like George, like, bro, you gonna catch that or you just gonna stand there? Like, make a decision.
Bro,
today.
He's annoying, man.
It's so annoying because he's too talented for that kind of mess, bro.
That's what it is.
He's way too talented for that. I just be like, dang, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, it's bro. And the crazy thing is, you trade Deontay Johnson, which actually that looks really smart right now. But still, you trade Deontay Johnson. this is who you keep, bro. Like, come on. Like, it's not looking good either way. Now,
But
Deontay Johnson, he need to. What was he doing last night?
I don't even know.
What was Deontay Johnson doing last night?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lamar throws him the ball. This man is either not paying attention or he's just dropping it through his fingertips.
You know what? It makes me. So I was thinking about this a couple weeks back. There's a lot of receivers that either if they not the number one guy, they can't do nothing else. They struggle. A lot of these dudes can't be the number two guy. Like it's a struggle for them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like they just sulk and or they can't be number three. They just out there. So it's like if I'm not getting the ball the most, I'm not. They not effective, and that's you know what I'm saying, which is
That's
crazy.
so booty though, bro.
It is. I'm not. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like,
But
that's just
most guys
crazy.
can't
Dude.
handle it. A lot of
Like,
these guys can't handle it, man.
like the funny thing about it, like, bro, that's the thing about it is like I feel like that's why Keenan be getting the ball on third downs. What you just said right there, I feel like that's why Keenan, like low key, you want to talk about it. I feel like that's why Keenan be getting the ball.
Yeah,
on
I
third
agree with
down.
that. I could agree with that.
Because has Keenan ever been a two?
No, never. Never.
DJ Moore, he's a one. I feel like DJ Moore, it don't matter. Like that man, it
He
don't
don't care
matter.
though. DJ don't care.
He don't. As long as he gets his touches, I think he's cool. Like he's
DJ cares about the play, like good plays. Like he ain't
right.
worried about his touch. He worried about okay, was this a good play or was it stupid? Like,
I mean, we're talking about the
execution.
same DJ Moore that scored off that crazy play against Atlanta when he was in Carolina. Him
Yep.
and what was it? PJ Walker? They
Yep.
threw like a dime to it. Like, bro, like DJ don't care as long
And
as
then he
like,
got the flag. But I
bro, that
understand
was
it.
the craziest play I'd ever seen in my life. I said,
But
yo,
people was mad at him because he took his helmet out. They
right.
froze him out for the whole game.
The whole game. And he finally gets the biggest play of the game. You don't think he wasn't gonna clown, bro?
I'm trying to
Like,
tell y'all, man.
bro.
Y'all, like if y'all, yeah. Oh, yep, perfect. Yep, there you go. This
Like,
is why. DJ says he played QB and he hated wide receivers that always ask for the ball. Yeah.
yes. Yep.
If y'all can say what you want about D, it's so funny. Like you've had 3 different situations where everybody tried to make DJ as a diva, and he's not.
He's not. He's
so it's
never
like one of
been
y'all. So the next time some shit come up, blame somebody else.
right. Please blame someone else. Like
Blame Keenan.
I hate it so bad. Like I hate it because I'll be like, DJ's not even that kind of person. Like
blame
why is
Bayless. He ain't even on
everyone
the
pointing
team
at
no more.
DJ?
Right.
Like he's not that kind of person. He never has been. Like when he walked out of bounds during Arizona, he's like, bro, I got hurt. I'm like, of course he did. I'm like, you can see him limping in the video. People tried to make it something it wasn't. It was just so annoying.
I mean, I would get frustrated if you feel like a guy is trying to force feed another guy, and I'm open.
Right.
What is he supposed to do?
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at you half crazy.
Because think about it like this. Like, y'all don't say nothing when Rome gets frustrated. I seen Rome more frustrated than I seen DJ.
Yep.
But y'all ain't talking about that, though. But Rome has definitely been frustrated a lot of times this year. But because he's not really vocal about it, I seen that man body language. He be pissed like motherfucker. So it's like y'all don't say nothing because he's the darling right now. But if y'all really take a look, go look at Rome's body language a lot of them times. That man was like, "This is BS. I'm not getting the ball."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But every wide receiver has a little bit of diva in them. Like I'm not like that. That's always going to be that way. But to pinpoint DJ as like the main culprit for all that went wrong these past couple weeks, like
I'm glad somebody else saw it. I'm
just like, bro, why are we pointing to DJ? I'm like, what if it was Cole? Okay, what if it was Cole Komet? Who knows? What if it was Rome?
Rome always throws his hands up. Keenan be looking like what?
Right. I'm like, what if it was Keenan Allen?
Like, I'm not saying that any of them are wrong. I'm just saying it's amazing that y'all immediately go to DJ.
Right. Y'all immediately pointed to DJ, and I'm just like, what if it was someone else? I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying, what if it was someone else?
They all have done it. Like
they've all done it.
Like y'all got
pay attention
and understand this. It's frustrating when you know you have all these dogs. And
right.
Like,
exactly.
This is something, and at least has talked about this. He talked about this before he even draft. Caleb has a knack for just locking on one guy and throwing it to him. So
So
who
he's
else?
got, and to his credit, he's gotten better the past few weeks trying
Yeah,
to get the ball to everybody, right?
yeah.
Because everybody needs their touches, right? He's been doing it. He's been getting it to Cole. He's been getting it to Rome, Keenan,
Hmm,
DJ.
hmm.
I love that. I love that him and Thomas Brown have been able to get the ball to everybody.
And I think that Thomas Brown has told him, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
such
like
such is open.
you got 4 dogs. Use
Right?
them.
Look,
Like you
look,
got 4 dogs,
look
bro.
elsewhere. Look
Right?
elsewhere. Like,
Like
come
you
on,
got
dog."
4 dogs. Like don't be afraid.
So
Like
it's like he got it, and I like that. And I like what Caleb's going. And again, I didn't somebody. Yeah, I saw the clip where Greg was talking about, if you're not all in on Caleb, then you're stupid. I don't agree with that because I'm not saying I'm not all in on Caleb. I'm not all in on the organization.
right.
So
There's the
it
difference.
ain't Caleb.
Bingo.
It ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, it ain't my issue with Caleb. And guess what? I wasn't a Caleb fan when he's in college. So, and to me, I've never been a big quarterback fan. Like, it's
Yeah, my
certain
dad's the
quarterbacks I
same way.
like. You know what
That's
I'm saying? Like, I
that's my
like
dad.
Mike
My dad's
Vick.
not a bit like he played running back, so he likes running
I
backs.
play receiver and
Right.
cornerback. Like, I like defense. I like receivers. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a receivers fan than I am quarterback. And I'm not saying, it's not that I don't like Caleb. I don't like the organization. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't
See,
like the way
see,
that.
and isn't that what I said at the beginning though? I'm like, it's not that I don't trust Caleb. I don't trust Matt Eberflus. I said that. I don't trust Matt Eberflus, and I don't trust this organization to protect Caleb Williams. And guess what? 2 things are true right now.
Hmm.
Matt Eberflus, and they can't protect Caleb. Those
Yeah.
2 things are true right now.
Right.
So
And that's why. So for me, it's not that I'm not all in on Caleb because he's not good.
Caleb's
I'm
fine.
not all in on Caleb because I don't trust his organization. And I don't trust that they're going to do the right things for him. That's
Yeah,
why I tweeted
facts. Facts.
That's why I tweeted Mark Cuban buy this team because we need a reset. Look at
Exactly.
look at the Commanders, right? And this is gonna
Hmm.
be my rant. I was more passionate yesterday, so it's not gonna be as passionate today. So excuse me. Look at the Commanders, right?
Hmm.
They were dog water for the last what we could say 10 years. They had up and
Longer
down
than
lots.
that.
You
But
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Under Daniel Snyder, everybody couldn't stand that team because of their owner, right? Now
right.
look at them. They fans are back passionate, super passionate again. They owners super passionate about winning. They look like a completely different franchise because they got an
And they
owner that's
ain't
willing
even
to
got to
do.
make. I don't even think they got to make the playoffs this year. And Washington Commanders fans will be very happy with how this season went.
Because the energy is different. Like
Exactly.
people like, well, George is such a nice guy. Well, you know what? George might be a nice guy, but George also knows like he likes that bottom line. You feel what I'm saying?
Like
The
and and
bit.
and and that's I feel like is the problem, right? Like that was the thing about the Commanders is like especially in recent years,
Mm-hmm,
they would show highlights of training camp. No fans would be there. You'd have like 1 to 2 fans, a couple
mm-hmm,
fans here or there, but
mm-hmm,
nobody was going to their training camp.
mm-hmm.
Bears sell out at training camp. Like
They
it's hard
do.
to get tickets for training camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
The like fans go to the games, they travel to the games.
Yep,
That's part of the problem. Believe it or not,
it
that's
is.
part of the problem.
Why do so? Think about this, right? And this is what I be saying about the
Because
Chicago
as
fan
long
base.
as you're giving the McCaskies money, as long as
Mhm.
you're putting fannies in seats, they don't care about winning. And you
But
can tell.
it's the fan base. It's the Chicago fan base overall, right?
Yep.
And y'all can be mad at me, fine, whatever. But you think I'm lying? Just really take a look at it. We are part of the problem, major
Yep.
part of the
Yes, we
problem.
are.
And when I say that, think about this, right? You got Jerry Reinsdorf, cheap as hell, don't want to spend
Yep.
no money. The White Sox are dog water. The
And the
Bulls
Bulls are dog
are
water.
stuck in purgatory. The Cubs don't know if they want to be a big market team, small market team, because the Ricketts don't want to spend no money. The Bears, same thing. We either dog water or we're okay. But they don't want to spend no money either. Why? Because they don't have to. All of
Right.
these franchises, with the exception of the White Sox, are worth hella money,
Billions. Yeah.
billions of dollars. These owners ain't gonna spend no money because we keep be the dummies, keep putting
That's why I
money in
said
their
we keep
pockets.
feeding them this
And
money.
then we always holding the players accountable for their action. So it's like, okay, D Rose. D Rose is a darling. Everybody loves him, right? He
Yep.
gets hurt. He's having problems coming back because his knee just wasn't doing what it needed to do, right? Everybody's, well, I'm not saying everybody. People started turning on him. Then when he goes somewhere and starts to relish, oh, I wish we had D Rose back. You dummies, you the reason that they traded him because y'all like we need to get rid of him. The same thing with everybody else. It's like we put all these expectations on these players and don't hold the organization accountable. Or we'll say, well, George is nice. Man, forget George being nice. George don't want to spend no money.
Right.
This franchise is worth $6.9 billion. If y'all look it up, I brought up the article the other day. I looked it up yesterday. There's 10 teams, I think, worth over $6 billion. Top 10. There's probably 3 out of the top 10 of teams that are worth over $6 billion that are good. 3. And the Bears ain't one of them. So, knowing this, why as Chicago fans do we hold the players accountable and be putting all this energy into the player? Oh, you got to be all in on Caleb. You freaking
Like
idiots.
and
Hold the
watching
organization accountable. You can love the player, but damn, see, like, yeah, Caleb was good, but nah, fuck that. Ryan Poles,
and that's part of my problem, right? Is like we got the bonus coverage of the game at the end. I'm seeing people in the stands. I'm like, see, this is part of the problem. This is part of our problem, right? Like we want to boo and get mad and stuff and blah 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 and start yelling, but we're the same people still buying tickets to the games. We're still going to the games. We're buying beer. We're buying merchandise. We need to stop doing that. If you want real change, if you want them to get rid of Matt Eberflus, you want them to do X, Y, and Z, you need to stop supporting them. Because once they start losing money, believe me, changes will start to be made. But until you start doing that, until we stop doing that or start doing that, they're not going to care. They're not.
They're gonna give you just enough.
They'll give you just enough.
Your silly self coming back. Because guess what?
To reel you back in, and then when you don't get the results you want, it's the same cycle every 3 to 5 years.
Because remember, I remember we were on the space when the prices came out for the Bears season tickets, and people was complaining. But I bet y'all ass went to the game though.
Yeah, shoot, you should have seen the stadium. The stadium was filled. That's again the problem.
Y'all complaining about the season tickets going up, but I guarantee all of y'all was in the stands. That was complaining. Or you sold your tickets to somebody else, but you still pay.
Exactly. You still buy them. That's the point. You still buy them.
So what's the point of complaining about them raising ticket prices when you know you're gonna keep buying them? If they keep raising ticket prices, why do they keep doing that? Because they know
people are gonna buy them. Exactly. They know people are going to buy tickets. If you keep raising the prices, it's because they know they'll get suckers to buy the tickets. They know.
Right. But Steve, I get that. I'm not talking about the tourists. Because, yeah, there's people. I'm talking about Chicago fans.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't. Tourists going to go. I'm saying.
Yeah, tourists can go.
The fans. Like, yeah, you might have somebody come in town like, you know what, let's go to a Bears game. Yeah, fine. Okay. I'm talking about us. Chicago
fans. I'm talking about, like, season ticket holders. Like,
yes.
The diehards, basically.
Yes, the diehard fans. That's what I'm talking about. We the ones are stuck with this BS every goddamn year, but yet be going to the games like it ain't nothing. Be buying merchandise, but then make excuses when George is out there talking to people. So what? You don't think he ain't doing it for a reason? Hello, he making it seem like he cared. Oh, he cared. No, he doesn't, because if he cared, he was.
Because he be at camp. He be at camp talking to people. He'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like he be out there at camp talking to people. What does he do though? Nothing. He'd be out there with his gray beard and you know.
That's a good point.
That's true. That again, Steve-O, that part of the problem. You Chicago fans should not be taking tourists to the games. You'll be like, no, we could do something better. Let's go downtown. Let's go to the beach, something. There's things to do in Chicago. For me, if I go to Chicago, I'm going to see family anyway. I don't ever go, like, I've never toured Chicago like that. Real fun fact of my life. Because when I go to see family. See, unlike some people, I don't go to tour. I'm not a tourist person, for one. For two, in major cities, I have family in major cities. So I go there for strictly business. Okay? Like, no. So
Like you can say, like, okay, the Cowboys. Say what you want to say about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones ain't scared to spend no money.
No, he's not. I mean, look, he just paid $60 million a year to freaking Dak Prescott and what 35 to CD Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about maybe a Mike McCarthy extension can't be ruled out.
Now he's a
Like this
terrible
man just
GM.
like Jerry Jones sits on money, so he doesn't care.
He a terrible GM, but that man ain't he don't cut no corners when it comes
He
to
don't cut
ownership.
corners.
Nah,
Like
bro.
that's why I said he'll pay Micah Parsons. Believe me, he'll find a way to pay Micah
Hey,
Parsons.
and guess what? I guarantee you're gonna see curtains on them windows next year. He just
He'll
talking
see what?
shit now. Curtains on them windows.
Yep.
Watch. You're gonna see them mugs be closed on certain days. He just
Yep.
talking trash now, but I guarantee he gonna do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
He just talking trash now. Because that's what Jerry Jones talks shit. He talks a lot of shit. You
Jerry
know?
Jones is allowed to do that, and this dude's like over 80. See, see, Steve-O, you need to tell them to stop doing that. Tell your cousin, I can't do, nope, don't waste your money. Don't waste your money.
What's your cousin name, Steve-O? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
see, and don't even go to most. That's again the problem. Why are you buying tickets and you're not even fit to go to the games?
What's your cousin name, Steve-O?
That don't even make sense. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting money to go to a game I'm not interested in going to, bro. That's so stupid. Like that's
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
stupid.
That's crazy. That's like what do you say? Not being insane.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly, Isaiah. And that's my point is like I feel like we all want so much change and rightfully so because we all care about the Bears. And at the end of the day, we all want the Bears to win Super Bowls, right? Absolutely. But I also feel like if we want that, we also have to do our part and show the ownership like, hey, we're sick of the BS. We're sick of the BS. We're sick of the mediocrity every other year, the poor product you put out. I feel like we have to play a part in that and really show them like, hey, we're not going to the games, we're not buying merchandise, we're not doing any of that. Until you get serious about this team the way the fans are serious about this team. Right? And believe me, you do that enough, and guess what? You're probably right. They probably will start caring. Like, oh snap, nobody's going to the games. We're not getting merchandise. Like, we can't do that. Like, so I think we have to play. We have to do our part as much as we can as fans, to get the Bears where we want them to be, to get them back to relevancy, right? Because when the Bears do well, the NFL does well. But they haven't done well in a while. So I think we need to pull some of our weight as fans to show ownership like, hey, we care. We're doing this because we care about the Bears. We're doing this because we love the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I think if the White Sox, I agree. They can care less.
Yeah, White Sox was giving tickets away for $1.
But if the Bulls ain't selling out, Jerry Rice gonna care now.
Yeah, he's not gonna care.
He'll care about the Bulls. He'll care about the Bulls, but the White Sox, he don't give a shit about. The Bulls?
No, because have him tell it he would trade six Bulls championships for a White Sox World Series. He said that.
Yeah.
He said that.
He didn't mean that shit.
He said that.
I don't believe him. But anyways, whatever.
But yeah it's like, it's, and I'm not saying, people are still going to go to the games. People are still going to buy merchandise because that's what we do as fans, blah, blah, blah. We love our teams. But I just think if we really want change because we love the Chicago Bears and because we care about them, I think as fans, we should start revolting a little bit. If that's that, I don't even think that's the right word, but
hold the organization more accountable. Stop.
Yep.
Let's stop. Let's chill out on the players as much. Yeah, do the players got to play? Yes. Do they got to perform? Yes, they do. All that, obviously. But let's stop holding the players to this unreal,
this high bar that we don't hold ownership to.
Right. Yeah, because ownership is the problem.
Because the ownership's been the same, right? The ownership's been the same. They don't change. The players do, right? Players come and go all the time for every team. But ownership, Unless they physically change it, ownership don't move. It don't change.
Right. It's like
Like, look, the Lions made a tough choice, but it ended up being the right choice. They gave autonomy to the daughter, and guess what she's done? She's turned that franchise around
completely
for the
around.
better, completely around. Once they were like, you know what, fine, you take control, you do whatever you want. She brought in Dan Campbell, she brought in Brad Holmes,
Brad
and that
Holmes.
whole organization changed for the better.
And guess what? She's a fan just like George likes to
Yep,
say. But guess what?
she's a
She
fan.
don't play about her money though.
She don't play about her money.
She don't want to. She wants a good product out there.
Mm-hmm.
She don't care. Well, I'm sorry. Change that. She cares about the product that she's putting out there versus how much money is getting in her pockets. Because guess
Mm-hmm.
what? If you got a good product and you know how passionate your fans are, your money's gonna skyrocket.
Yep,
But you
and
keep
it has.
on, you keep doing this, you're gonna get incremental. Like if the Bears decided to just be like, you know what, we just gonna change up how we do things, you'll see some changes. But they keep doing the same stuff, so what? Keep getting the same results. Hence, if Matt Eberflus is really on a 5-year deal and they won't fire him because they don't want to pay the money, you dummies. Look at the
Right?
team. He
See,
has
and
shown
that's
you who
on
he is for three
ownership, right?
years.
That's on ownership. That's not on the players,
Right.
right? And so that's where I'd be like, no, we're gonna have to hold ownership accountable. If they decide, hey, we're keeping Matt Eberflus because we don't want to pay him and blah blah blah, whatever stupid rule they have or whatever, then then he need then we're screwed anyway. Like as Bears fans, we're screwed anyway. George just needs to stay out of the way and allow Kevin Warren to pick the head coach. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree,
I
but
think it's gonna
does
happen anyway.
George have that in him?
I think that's what Kevin Warren wants to do.
Right. I think Kevin Warren wants that.
Obviously, we know now because it's been reported by
Right.
quite a few people that he wanted Flus gone.
Right.
So here's what I said, and I said I was gonna hold off to end season. I feel like y'all can disagree. That's fine. I feel like Warren had his what he felt like the direction the team should go. He gave Ryan Poles an opportunity to do like kind of like follow that vision, and Ryan Poles chose another route. One of that things that he chose is keep Matt Eberflus. So
Mm-hmm.
again, if the president who was out of the picture the first year, but he also got to make sure this franchise is going in the right direction. He gonna have to make some tough decisions.
Right. And that's
And
why
and
to
if you're
me,
not aligned, your ass got to go.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know if it happens. I wouldn't be shocked if he fired Poles too. And
I'm
just brought
saying
and just cleaned house and said, you know what? I'm picking the GM and I'm picking the head coach, and they're gonna be guys I want in here.
he would align with his vision.
That line up with his vision. It wouldn't shock me. I don't know if that happens. I don't, because I don't know if George is willing to just give that kind of power away. But if George decided to do that, I wouldn't be shocked if that's what Kevin Warren decided and
Yeah.
just said, you know what, I'm just going to clean slate from GM to and head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't necessarily blame him if he did.
I mean, why not? Ryan Poles did an admirable job, in my opinion. We talked about it on the show, but
Right, he's
I
done
feel like
fine
he
to
could have
me.
done better. There's things he could have done better.
But
You know what I'm saying?
the fact that you chose to attach yourself to Matt Eberflus and your offensive line is a joke.
Like you chose to keep
You
Matt
missed. You
Eberflus.
whiffed bad on Velus Jones and Chase Claypool and Nate Davis.
Like, and here's the thing, Eberflus has shown you who he was the prior 2 seasons.
Exactly.
So why would you bring him back to go with a rookie
Exactly.
quarterback and repeat the same tradition that the Bears
Right.
have been doing
Even
for
though you
years?
said you didn't want to repeat the same mistake.
So that's
So
me.
if you didn't want to repeat the same mistake and you knew you were taking Caleb Williams, you should have fired Matt Eberflus.
Fired Matt Eberflus.
Like, you should have done that, because then you compare the head coach with Caleb Williams. Like, that was so.
Then you would look like a genius.
Right. Then you would be like, oh, because then I think this team would be a lot better, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
I think this team would be a lot better.
They need somebody that they need a different direction. Even
Yes.
he didn't showed us, and it's like he ain't showed us nothing different that he didn't show us the last 2 seasons.
Like
So
kudos
again,
to him for clearing the cap, I guess, right? And the
yeah,
DJ Moore pick and Darnell Wright, but
no,
some of
he
the some of his other picks have been flops though.
no,
Zach
he
Pickens,
gets his
like
pride.
like
Yeah,
like Isaiah says, Zach Pickens,
yeah,
not a good pick.
yeah. It's not looking good right now. It's not.
Like Doug, I love me some Doug Kramer, but you turn this man into a fullback
You ain't even
because you
using
don't
him
have a spot for him anywhere else
when he could be the center, but
when he could be the center.
you refuse to put him there because
The
for
whole
whatever reason.
Valus thing, let's not get into that,
Mm.
right? The whole Valus Jones Jr. thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, you hit it, like, you traded for Chase Claypool. We saw how that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's see, what else? Nate Davis. Oh,
Nate
God.
Davis.
We saw, bro, Nate Davis, and we paid that man, what, $10 million a year?
Mm-hmm.
10 mil a year?
So
Like
yeah,
there's been some bad misses by Ryan Poles that if Kevin Warren feels like that's enough to remove him, it wouldn't shock me. Now, does he keep him? He very well could, and that wouldn't
mm-hmm.
shock me either because Poles has done some nice things. I think Poles is 50-50. Flus has to go though. Flus
Yeah,
can't
Blues got to
stay.
go. Blues
Flus
got to go.
cannot stay.
He
I
got to go.
don't care. He cannot stay.
He got to
If you
go.
don't want to fire him in season because of some rule you have, fine. But he has to be gone come Black Monday.
He cannot be here next
He
year.
cannot be here next year. He
Period.
cannot.
Period.
He just cannot be here next year.
And here's the thing: I don't care if the Bears win the next 6 games or 5 games.
Right.
Whatever. He
Exactly.
cannot be here.
He
He is
cannot.
not a good coach.
He is
That would
not.
be like if you let him convince. If they win 5 in a row and you like, yeah, we should keep him. You're stupid, and you deserve to be shown the door too.
Like
Yeah,
he cannot. That's the only pushback I had. He cannot come back. I don't care how we finish the season.
he got to go, man.
He's got to go.
He got to
He
go.
cannot be back next
Get
year.
his ass up out of here. He got to go.
Like he can't. Nope. I will not. I can't do that for a whole nother year. No.
Yeah,
You just gonna have to eat that money if you're the McCaskies.
I agree.
You just have to eat that money. But the Eberflus, it's the one person you cannot bring back at
Yeah.
all, at all. Like I wouldn't even watch the games. If I see a tweet that they're bringing back Matt Eberflus, I'm not watching a single game. I promise you. Nope.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah,
Because
no, I'm not. I'm not
you're
rooting for him.
very unserious. You're very unserious as a franchise.
Yeah, I won't be
You
watching
bring
them
that
games.
man
They
back.
bring him back, I'm done. I'll be like,
Like,
yeah,
I'm so done. I'm
y'all
so
tell me how it went because I'm not
right.
watching the game.
I'm so serious. Like, no, no, bro, no. So, but if they keep polls, that's fine. I wouldn't be too mad about that.
Yeah, no, I don't. If they keep him, fine, whatever.
Right.
Do I have, like you said? Do I
Matt
have a problem with them
Eberflus,
firing him? No, but if they
right?
keep him, fine, whatever. But
Right.
Flu's got to go. He got to
Yeah.
go.
Flus can't stay here.
He
He
got to go.
cannot.
He got to go, man. It's your time has
It's
come.
time.
You just ain't the guy. It is what
Right.
it is. You're not the guy. It is. It's nothing wrong with that. Some people just aren't made to be head coaches.
They're
It is
good
what it is.
coordinators, but even then, that's not even looking good right now because of how regressed the defense has looked the past couple of weeks.
Right.
So, you don't even have that to hang your hat on right now if you're Matt Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
You then went through what, 8 coaches in a 3-year span?
Yep.
Not even 3. It hasn't even been a full 3 years yet.
Yeah, that's why I say, man, we need a organizational
Either rebuild or
restart.
retool.
Restart, yeah, because look at the Bills, right? Every other year fans talking about fire Sean McDermott, and he's still around.
You know why? Because Sean McDermott wins games when it matters
Man.
most. He beats the Chiefs when he needs to beat the Chiefs.
Sean McDermott is a good coach, man.
He's a good coach. Joe
He
Brady's
He's
the name to
y'all
watch.
that.
Joe Brady, name to watch.
Yeah, like
Telling
so.
y'all.
Do like the Bills. The Bills say, look, we gonna put all in on Josh Allen. We're gonna try to put weapons around him. We gonna make sure he got a solid coaching staff around him. We're not doing none of this nice guy stuff. Nope.
Right.
Because I mean, you could fire McDermott, but then the team's gonna look totally different.
Yeah, they're not going to be the same team. They're not
Totally
gonna be,
different, man.
they're not gonna be the Bills that we know, right? They're not gonna be that. They're not
No,
gonna
they
be
won't.
the Bills.
It'll take, and it may take a while. So I don't. Yeah, I'm glad they haven't fired him because he's too good of a coach. Man. Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, it's been a great show.
Yep.
We'll be back to y'all on Monday, like always.
Monday.
We shall see what happens with the Bears. I don't know, man. I don't. If they lose, I still don't feel like they're gonna fire Flus, even though I think they need
Yeah,
to.
if they lose, I don't see it. Especially if it's another close game, like it's been the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think it would have to be like a blowout. Like it'd have to be like 45 to like 7 or something. It'd have to be
Either
one of them
that,
blowouts.
either that, or the team just has to look totally disinterested and look
Right.
terrible.
Like
That's the only way I think they'll
it
get
would
rid
have
of
to be so bad that the players are like, I can't do this anymore. Like he just needs to go today,
him.
right?
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
if the players just went to Ryan Poles and Kevin Warren and said he has to go tomorrow, then I could see it. But if it's another close game, then I
Yeah,
see him staying until the end of the season. But either way, he needs to be fired.
he got to get
I
fired.
am not giving any excuses for that man. He better be gone. If it ain't after this game, it got to be by the end of the season. At some
I
point.
agree. I agree. All right, man. But yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll talk more football. You know what I'm saying? We'll continue to talk about the MVP race because it's gonna definitely heat up. And then probably get some college football because a lot of
Yeah,
big
we need
games
to
are this
get into
weekend.
some college, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
Michigan, Ohio State this
I'm starting
weekend.
to float. I'm starting to float my mock drafts around now too. Like they just
Yeah,
announced the finalists for the Lou Groza Award. Like
yeah. I don't think we're gonna beat Ohio State this weekend, but I'm telling you right
no,
now, if
God
we
no.
do,
No.
I'm gonna be on this mock
But
celebrate.
if we do, y'all
I'm
gonna have to come check on me.
yeah, no, don't worry, because we both gonna be in here bragging about Michigan on
Like,
Monday. So
bro.
he ain't worry about it. Yeah, Alabama.
Hey, Zay, they talk about trying to find ways to put Bama in. I'm not even kidding you, bro. I'm not trying to be funny. They trying to find ways to put Bama in.
That coach is sorry.
And then they talking about keep putting IU out. They talk about keeping IU out of the playoffs.
Alabama's coach is garbage.
What?
Garbage. Alabama's coach is trash.
Yeah, they are, bro. But they talk about ways to put them in. But bro, they talk about booting out IU in the playoffs now that they're not undefeated.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Zay, we beat Ohio State. I don't be clowning.
I'm clowning if we beat Ohio State, bro. I promise you, bro.
I'm going
Because we're not good this year. So if we beat Ohio State knowing we're not good, it's over for anybody who talks to me, bro. Like Eddie Ohio State. And my neighbors are Ohio State fans. So if we beat them and I know we're garbage, bro, my neighbors will not hear the end of me, bro. They will not. I promise you they won't.
I'm telling y'all right now, we beat them. I might have a Michigan Wolverines background next week. I'm just telling you that right. He is trash. He is trash. Oh my god,
bro, he's so trash, bro.
I'm gonna say this right. Yes,
like Will Howard
is garbage.
He is. He's very garbage, bro. That dude came from Kansas State. I'm like, yeah, he booty, bro. He getting carried by that defense. That's what it is. He getting carried by that defense, bro. And Jeremiah Smith, Gino's cousin.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
Jeremiah Smith is nice. I said you could tell he worked with Gino, bro. You could tell he worked with Gino.
It was funny because they was talking about Ibuka on the broadcast, like, yeah, Ibuka came back to mentor Jeremiah Smith.
Ibuka's been in college forever.
Ibuka came back because his family is African, and they told his ass he gonna get his degree.
Right, they told him to get his degree.
Yeah, it ain't because he won.
They said you can't leave until you get your degree.
Right, Zach. And guess what? Am I lying, Zach? They can say y'all.
Yeah, they be like, no, you can't leave. You can't leave school till you get your degree.
African parents do not play.
They don't play that, bro. They don't
at all.
They do not. They be like,
man ain't going to the NFL because his parents won't let him. Don't believe that. Like I was like, what? Yeah, you stupid. No way. That man could have been top 10. Yeah, exactly. Yep. They know.
Yeah, Isaiah know. He know, bro.
Okay, when I heard it, I was like, oh my god, y'all!
They don't play that.
The media just tell you anything, bro. I'm like,
no way. The media would say, bro, that IU Ohio State game was crazy though until IU just gave up the ghost. When that when that punter whiffed on that punt, I knew the game was over. I'm like, oh yeah, it's over now. IU done gave up.
There it is. Yep. Everybody else
That's so true though. That is so
it is.
true, bro. That's so true.
It's the truth.
But yeah,
Because think
when
about it.
IU
He should have came out when JSN came out. He would have been a top pick just like
yeah,
him.
for real, bro. He should have came out when JSN came out. Facts. That's so facts. That game was crazy until IU decided, oh, we're done. Like they muffed that punt and they were done. They gave up after that. They gave up the ghost. I said IU had one job, and of course they failed because it's freaking IU.
I mean, they probably got intimidated. The horseshoe was intimidating.
But I knew they were frauds when they barely beat Michigan.
Yeah.
I knew they were frauds then.
The horseshoe, you got
because real talk, it started for me when they barely beat Northwestern. They barely beat Northwestern, who Michigan blew out, by the way. And then they barely beat Nebraska, and they barely beat Michigan. Like IU actually had a lot of games they skated.
Shout out to Illinois.
Being real.
That game, Illinois, I watched the end of that game. Oh my goodness. Man.
Illinois versus
against, Maryland. Was it Maryland?
Who'd they play? Oh no, Rutgers.
Rutgers, yeah.
Rutgers. Wow. Rutgers. Yeah, that game was crazy. Bro, they were going to kick it, and the guy had missed, but they Rutgers called a timeout.
Which is the right play.
And then they were like, you know what? We'll just go for it. Bro, Pat Bryant is a sneaky name to watch for wide receivers in the coming draft. Pat Bryant is going to be a dog if he ends up on the right squad in the draft.
He got the right build and all that, man.
He got the right build and all that. Pat Bryant's not being talked about enough, but I think he could be a solid receiver if he goes to the right team.
Yeah, he got to go to the right team.
He got to go to the right team, but if he does, bro, I'm telling y'all, Pat Bryant is a dude. That man is crazy.
He cannot just go to anybody and expect to turn the organization around.
Yeah, no. It's got to be certain teams.
He's not Jeremiah Smith or my man from Alabama. What's his name?
Like Pat Bryant is gonna be a dog. Like I like a team that I think could use a Pat Bryant.
Indianapolis could use one.
Indy, that would be a good spot. Maybe the Texans. The Texans if they can't bring back Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, the Giants could use him.
The Giants. There's a couple teams I could see, bro. Pat Bryant finna be a dog. Zay, we already. I guess if we don't bring back Keenan, then I say go for it. If we don't bring back Keenan, then yeah, I could see the Bears doing it. If we don't bring back Keenan, yeah, because I think he'd be a good compliment to DJ and Rome. I could see that if we don't bring back Keenan. I wouldn't hate that either, though, to be honest, because he's actually a big. He's a dog. Big body. Yeah. Like he could be a good Keenan replacement. He definitely could.
He's good.
He definitely could. I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate a pick like that at all. Pat Bryant's a stud. Yeah. Respirito. Yeah, he's solid too.
I like that. I'm glad that
I think Respirito goes high though.
That's the thing. Restrepo's good.
Yeah,
and he was good 2 years ago, but his quarterbacks were ass.
Yeah. So now that he got Cam Ward, shoot, he took off.
But most people,
it's like when Neighbors got Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah.
He was good, but like Jaden Daniels unlocked him. That's like with Respirito. Like he's been good, but Cam Ward has unlocked him. It's been good.
Yeah, he's good. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you ain't seen Restrepo, watch a Miami game. That dude.
Watch a Miami game. That dude is. Bro, his ball skills are crazy. Like, his hands are elite, but his, like, route running is crazy, too.
His route running is disgusting.
Like, bro.
Nasty.
I'm like, this dude can move.
That man can stop. He can stop on the dime. He can cut on the
man. He can do it, bro.
Like,
he's nasty.
Yeah,
I think he goes high, though. And if I'm the Bears, we don't need a receiver that high. I'm looking at Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks at around 11 or 12. But
where do you think Travis is gonna go? He going number one?
Depends on who ends up number one.
Who would you take number one? right now.
Well, it depends. I would take Travis. If it's Jacksonville, they're probably taking Travis Hunter.
Right, yeah, because they don't need. They got
They
Luke.
don't need a quarterback. Now, that's why I said it depends on who has number one.
Who got the worst record? Is it Jacksonville?
Is
No.
well,
Is it?
there's a couple teams, but Jacksonville technically, if the season ended today, Jacksonville would have the number one pick.
Ah, okay.
Raiders have number two. They'd probably take Shadur there, but
Yeah,
because him and Brady, blah blah
yeah,
blah.
yeah. Shador's going to Raiders.
I'm telling y'all, Shadur is going to the Raiders. I know. Can't I would.
The Raiders
To
are going
me,
to give
him and
up.
Cam Ward are about the same. To me, that's just me. I would be happy with either one, but I'm just saying with the whole Brady and Shadur thing, I'm telling y'all
The
right now,
Raiders
it's
are
gonna
going.
happen. Shadur is gonna be a
The
Las
Raiders
Vegas
are going to
Raider.
give up the
I'm
draws.
telling you,
They're giving
I
up the
would
draws for Sanders. I'm telling you this right
like
now.
if they don't end up with two, I see them trading with Jacksonville. I promise you, bro. Like
Hmm.
they're getting
Hmm.
Shadur. I think the Giants take Cam Ward. I could see that, or the Browns, whichever one gets the higher pick.
Well,
Uh,
if the Browns finish number three, if they get top three, then they'll take Cam Ward.
that's what I said. If the
Yeah,
Giants finish ahead or the
yeah,
Browns, either
they'll take
one's going to
Cam
take
Ward.
Cam
Yeah,
Ward. The other one
yeah.
would
We'll
be.
talk about it next year. Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about
but yeah, we'll get into it
top
next show.
five. We'll talk about top. Well, you know what? Top 10 prospects next week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get
Matter of
my
fact,
list ready, bro.
matter of fact. All right. Yeah, Zake. Next week, come on the show and then
Yeah, next week.
y'all can talk top 10 prospects. We can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because we getting to that point of the season. College football's been going to playoffs. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We can
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
what I'm
that.
saying. If Banks or Campbell is there at 11, if one or both are there, you take them. You don't. You sprint to the podium. You sprint to the podium. Like no, that should be the pick. It
We're gonna
better
let
be an
y'all.
offensive tackle. That cannot. It cannot be any other pick.
So next
Right.
week we're gonna let them talk
It,
about why it's Banks or Campbell they feel
it's
like
got to
should
be
get.
Banks or Campbell.
So we'll talk
No,
about it next week. So
especially
y'all.
if one or both are there.
Yeah.
If one or both are there, no excuse that not one of them is not taken by the Chicago Bears.
So yeah, but
And if we do, one of them better be the pick. That's the point. I completely agree. It better be Banks or Campbell. No excuses. None. Anyway,
all right, y'all. We get up out of here. I will holler at y'all. We will holler at y'all next week, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the likes, the comments. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe and y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy your time with your families. For those who are
happy
going to be with their
Thanksgiving,
families,
y'all.
those who not, hey man, I hope that you have somewhere to go. So, not hey,
Peace.
y'all be cool, man. Peace out.